Good evening and welcome back to garblaggames. I'm Aaron and this is Warhammer Wednesday, where we return to Cubicle 7's Warhammer the Old World and our run through of the Sins of Talagaad. It has been a hot minute once again since you last saw us because it's summer and we've got summer vacations, summer breaks, work shenanigans, and all that kind of nonsense pulling at our time. But I wanted to give you guys plenty of time to watch our last episode where Snake almost got eaten by a giant bug. So if you had not watched that, you really should go back and take a look at it. But very briefly, our group had traveled down south to present the eulogy of the dwarf slayer that we knew as Lefty, but was known as Hager, to Yavinka Golshdottir, who was the brew mistress at this brewery, who was co-owned by a group of halflings. They eulogized Lefty, and afterwards she welcomed our adventurers into what she is going to redesignate as Kazit Hager after the fallen slayer. She let everyone know that this had actually been, at one point, many centuries ago, well, at least quite a while ago, a dwarven outpost before the infamous War of Vengeance, or War of the Beard, depending on whose side of the war you were on. And she had been reclaiming it slowly. She took the group around. She showed them the undervillage that they had been reclaiming. She showed them the entrance to the mines that they had reopened, to the area where they were been opening up for some agriculture to plant and harvest these succulent mushrooms. And then she showed them how she was going to ship goods to Talagaad and up to Talabheim faster using this underground river. And that's when she asked this group of adventurers if they would help her by opening the locks and the pump stations between this underground river up to a cutout on the river Talabak. And the group agreed. So they agreed to, one, escort the rune scribe who had accompanied them, Faber Eridsson, up to Talabheim and to Talagaad, specifically to Clan Gritlock, to, one, update the books of grudges in Talagaad, to, one, state the fall of the Slayer, Hager, and to reestablish the Kazid Hager's town's charter, essentially, and to open it to Dowie families who might want to come and populate it. In addition, she gave not Indra, but Erwin his charter to be the factor for her dwarven broods throughout Talabheim and Talagaad, as long as he would distribute them only through businesses that were not owned by her father, who she has a feud with after he essentially was the one who drove Hager Bromson, who we know as Lefty, to become a slayer. And Erwin obviously accepted this trade agreement. This is going to incredibly enhance his family's business, adding the dwarven ales on top of the elvish wines. So the group went out. They went through the tunnels. They went to the first block. They were going to assist a group of dwarf divers who had to dive down and fix the pump station. So they were on this repair barge, basically keeping the pumps going and keeping an eye out, when a stirpike attacked. The group was dealing with this massive fish, trying to keep the dwarves in the water, Gordo and Bobbin, alive, when out of nowhere, they were attacked by an enormous insect, a Tragara, a fiend of the caverns. Well, we all know Snake, our incredible pugilist elf, jumped to the attack and actually did pull it from the hole wrestled it, grabbed it, grappling it, and then all hell broke loose. The party nearly fell to a TPK, which is why you should all go back and watch it, because it was wonderful.
It was messy.
But by the skin of their teeth and the largeness and kindness of, some say, a merciful voice from the heavens, the party was able to hold on. They defeated their enemies. They were able to repair the pump stations. The party was returned to the dwarf compound, and over time they were there for several days. They healed up, and they are now once again standing before Javinka Golstader. It is good that you are healed again. Are you still willing to take up this task? There is another caravan waiting, and I would like to test the riverway. The caravan will take several days to get to Talagaad overland, and I would like to test the riverway. I want to prove to the Dowie, to my folk, to Clan Gritlock in Talagaad, that the riverway can go faster. I want to prove to them that when they come and settle here in Kazed Hager, that there is a home for them, that there are jobs for them, that there is a life for them, and that we can make a true Dowie outpost here, to live as our kind were meant to live here. Are you still willing to take this task up for me? I know this first. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent, my lord.
As long as you've got more healing supplies for when we get horribly hurt out there.
Oh, I cannot imagine that we would face anything quite like that Tragara.
Now we know what kind of thing are out there. I think we're better prepared, right, guys?
The snake, do not wrestle giant bug.
Right. Yes, that's. I mean, the engineers are at the first pump station, and the first lock is fully functional, and it gave us some extra time to reinforce and actually repair the steam barge. The one that was in dry dock is actually prepared to go. So the captain is down there and his pilot. If you are willing, I will take you down there and introduce you to the crew, and he is ready to go. If you are up to it, and Lord Irwin, I've already loaded onto the barge all of the casks of my various brews that you may take with you for the initial shipment of our agreement that we've entered into, and of course my young friend, the rune scribe, is already prepared to travel with all of his documentation to take to Clan Gritlock. Again, I would ask, it is critical that he be protected during this journey. Obviously,
we'll look after Faber, don't worry.
Excellent. And as she's talking, she's taking you back down through the living areas and down through the through the warehouses and out back through that tunnel, and you get to the docks. And you see, once again, you see this large underground lake, but now you see small fishing boats out on the lake, and you see some of the dwarfs are out there fishing with large nets, and some with large actual fishing apparatus. You see some smaller stir pike have been pulled up, so you can see that they're actually already starting in with the fishing industry. And you see in the distance, you can see the lock. You can see that the wall of the lock has been lowered, so they're waiting for the barge to be sailed into the lock chamber. And you can see on the pumps house station, you can see where they're building looks like two small fortified dwarf homes. So it looks like they're probably the engineers are preparing to live out there. And you can see a crew mounted, looks like a small ballista, or perhaps a bolt thrower out there, and it looks like it's on a pintle, so it's actually aiming towards the ceiling. So they're looks like they've thought in case more of these Tragara show up, so they're fortifying that location out there. As you come down, you see this dwarven steam barge. You can see the steam coming up out of it. You can see a small crew of dwarves, 4 of them working around. They're in leather aprons and they're working with the steam engine. You can also see that they've got oarlocks prepared. And you can see also 2 female dwarves and another younger male dwarf, and they're loading equipment on. You think this is probably the engineering crew for the second lock and pump station. You know that there's one other that you have to get to. But then at the top, at the pilot's house, you see an older looking dwarf with a salt and pepper beard down through his belt, talking to a slightly younger dwarf who's got charts out on the pilot's station. And that is where Yavinka leads you. Yavinka turns and goes, "This is Captain Diogo Cragson and pilot Humboldt Hammerzeit. They will be taking the steam barge Rock Forger up through, and they can explain to you the journey. I must get back to the brewery, but I will leave you in their good hands, unless you have other questions of me."
Nope.
No, thank you.
Farewell.
She turns to go and she goes, "I look forward to seeing you again. As always, you have a home here.
Thank you.
Always." She turns to leave, and as she's leaving, you see coming up the backside of the pilot's station, you see the rune scribe coming up, and he waves at you. "Oh, it's good to see you all back up on your feet. I was so worried for you." Faber comes up and shakes each of your hands. Are you ready now to resume our journey? I know that Miss Brewmistress Goldstaughter is anxious to see if we can beat that land caravan. And at that, you see the captain shake his head a little bit, grumbles a little bit into his beard. He turns to look at you all. "Right, I'm Captain Cragson of the Rock Forger."
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
"By all means." He looks at Snake askance a little bit, but then he holds out his hand and he goes, "I've heard you've done admirable things in the name of our community. Welcome aboard, Sir Elf." He swallows a bile a little bit as he says it, but he does hold out his hand.
I will accept his hand and I will bow.
Well,
I don't think I'll say anything clever.
Well, Brewmistress Goldstaughter has said that you'll be joining us, defending us, assisting us on our trap. And he lays out these maps. He goes, these are the old maps. And you can tell they're ancient. He goes, after we get past the first lock, the next, the upper river chamber is a very fast moving river. And the old channel markers are going to be difficult to decipher. We're going to need help if we're going to make it through. This is a tough barge, but we can't let it get banged up too much. And I'm going to need your hands, your eyes, your skills to help the crew get through it. If we go at speed, the best speed we can make, we could cut more than a day off of the land's journey.
Very good.
I'm the captain, but this is the Rune Scribe's expedition, so I'm going to leave it up to you, up to him and the 4 of you to set our speed. We can go at a sedate pace and set the markers while we can try for speed. I'm going to let the 5 of you talk about that while I look over the charts with the pilot. And he turns, basically putting his back to you. And Faber turns to you and he's like, "Well, Mistress Goldstaughter really wants this to go quickly. She wants to make a very good impression in Talagaad and with Clan Gitlock. But
perhaps we should start slow, and then, if things go well, we can speed up.
Well,
aren't we in the safe bit? Shouldn't we go quickly here?
Well, it's a matter of the channels. Actually, it's this two channels that we from the old maps. One is slightly slower. One is
steeper.
The one has a more defined rapid route, but the rapids will get us there over a half a day off. The other is more circuitous, but it looks like it's a deeper, wider, safer channel if it still exists. But it's slower, so we sort of have to choose which channel we're going to
We're here
start.
to try and beat that road caravan, right?
Well,
Let us use speed. Put some
And I
hair on your
always enjoy
chest.
shooting down underground rivers and channels.
Well,
Remember, Boris? I'll whack him with my Gromril arm.
And for the first time ever, Boris feels Neville hit him. He's like, "Oh, you're very fast in the water."
Which
Expertise in the
channel
tunnels.
which channel would most of the barges be using?
well, that's a
good question.
We have to set the channel markers. Reset the channel markers or confirm them, but either channel could be used by the barges. This is a medium-sized barge. So if the medium-sized barges can use the fast channel, that's what they would use. So that would be for like small goods, agricultural goods, brews, things like that, messages perhaps. The larger barges, if like ore barges, would probably use the slower one, but I think for proof of concept, she was hoping we would go as fast as we could. But
You've
she
convinced
left it up
us,
to me.
Faber. Let's go fast.
Let's go fast.
Okay, I'll let the captain know. And he turns and
I'm going to start reloading my crossbow.
he has a brief discussion with the captain in the Dowie tongue, and
I'll be in the background just giving it a thumbs up.
So the captain and the pilot come up, and they're showing you the old charts, and you can tell that these are ancient. Ooh. And he's like, "So we'll do our best, but I'm going to need help in each leg of the way." And he's having this conversation as the barge steams out into the lock. You guys hear the grinding as the lock chamber closes, and then you hear the pump come online, and the water slowly rises. It takes a couple of hours while he's showing you the charts. He's showing you the barge. He's telling you how everything is locked down and in place. He says, and he introduces you to the 4 crew members, and they're basically there to maintain the steam engine and to assist. They're also are locked into ore benches too, to help, mainly to help steer more than anything. So the captain's at the wheel, and the oarmen are at the oars to kind of help steer the barge.
Give it a bit of a nudge either way.
Yep. And he's like, "Now I'm going to need the 4 of you to help out when and where you can. Help the pilot with spotting. Maybe help lock down any of the trade goods if they come loose. We don't know what we're going to face, so
sure,
you're going to be basically troubleshooters."
I think Boris should be by the goods, right? If boxes and barrels start rolling around, we need a big, strong man.
Well, just be prepared to move. We'll need spotters in case you see things, in the shallows or something that might tear up the hull. So mechanically,
he has eyes.
Excellent. Yeah, that's true. So keep your eyes out. And the barge is well lit, so they've got these huge lanterns on it. Also, you notice as he's showing you the barge, everything is loaded and locked down on the barge. So there's no real. It's basically a flat bottom barge. There's no storage underneath. Up at the stern of the barge, they do have a small bolt thrower. So it's a crew served bolt thrower. Takes 3 really to man it. It's on a pintle, and it covers the stern. And at the aft, they have a bombard, a small cannon. It's a two crewed by 2 people. It's a fairly slow reload, so it takes 4 to reload that. So these are, there are defensive options on it. It is fairly armored barge. So mechanically speaking, for the barge, it's got a normal speed, so it's not slow because it's steam driven. It's got a resilience of 7, So that's basically its armor. It can take a maximum of 5 faults before it sinks. And if it was going to ram something, it would have a ram damage of 2. And then it's got the 2 weapons emplacements on it. It's got a crew of 4 plus the captain and the pilot. Now, mechanically speaking, what's going to happen here is you guys, you'll be going through these rapids. There are going to be 4, well, technically 5 rounds at which there would be points where bad things could happen to the barge. So there's not just 5 rounds, but there'll be 5 points in your journey where something could happen that could negatively affect the barge. And then I will describe what's going on, and I will call upon you. I will let you know that you could do things to potentially protect the barge. I will give you some ideas of what those skill checks could be. If you've got a different idea, I'm not adverse to listening to it. So that's how this is going to play out. You need to get a certain number of collective successes to bypass the potential risk to the barge. Mm-hmm. The first round, you have to get 5 successes in total. Every subsequent round, you have to get 10 successes minus the total number of successes you got in the previous round.
Ooh.
So if you get like 8 successes one round, then the second round you'd only have to get 2 successes. But if you really flub it, you're going to get in trouble. If you fail to protect the barge in one round, it takes 1 fault.
Not a fault for every success you miss.
No, it only takes 1 fault, potentially 1 fault per round. It can only take 5 faults before it sinks. Oh dear indeed. So the lock finally fills up. You hear the grinding noise as the front wall of the lock slowly recedes. You can hear the sounds of the rapids. You can smell the cave around you, that musty, rocky scent. And as it just comes down, the water starts lapping over the side, and you can see the 2 channels leading off. And you can see the captain. He's up there. He's braced at the wheel, and he's fighting the wheel, and he's fighting it into the left channel. And then it just slowly starts to shift, slowly. And then you're off, and the barge is rocketing down, and you see them pulling back on the steam engine. They're like slowly banking it back because you've got water lapping in over the sides. And they don't want the steam engine to go out completely, so they're banking it back a little bit. You've got the oarsman fighting, listening to the orders of the pilot as he's watching out. And this is still relatively slow. And the 4 of you are moving around. You see Faber is staying relatively close to the pilot. He's actually tied himself in next to the pilot so that he can't get pulled overboard. And he's hunkered down. He's a relatively young dwarf. He's well outside of his areas of expertise. The rest of the crew are doing their bit. The 3 engineers are basically manning the steam engine for this. So they're allowing the actual 4 crew members to stay locked into the ore stations, and the 3 engineers who are going to actually be the engineers who are staying at the next lock station and pump house are manning the steam engine. But things are actually moving pretty smoothly. The captain and the pilot know this barge really well. They're giving the orders to the crew really well. And for about the first 45 minutes, things are going smoothly. And then it gets a little darker. The ceiling starts to come a little lower. Not so low. It's still about 10 feet above you, but you start to feel it cramp in a little bit. And then the pilot calls back. Shallows, watch for unseen hazards. Rocks in the water. And you see more spray coming up as rocks are coming, as some of the rocks are breaking the surface. And you know that if they could potentially, even with this armored hull, potentially either flip the barge or tear some of the hull away. So here are some of the options for you for skills checks, and you can come up with your own. So you could grab some of the barge poles and use brawn as you're up towards the front of the barge, seeing these rocks, and just try to basically push the front of the barge away from the rocks, barely scraping by. And each one of these skills checks, I'm going to want a very complete narrative of what it looks like when you're doing this, so that if you fail, I can fully narrate your failure.
Love it.
You could do a toil check. You could jump down in with the rowers and get on one of the oars and assist them in fighting against the rapids. You could do a survival check to help this pilot spot the shallow rocks and help navigate against them. And if you had any, let's say, lore, like underground lore, subterranean lore, that would give you a bonus die and a survival check of that nature. Or you could just use flat out awareness to try to observe things. So those are some of the options. It's not an exhaustive list. If you can come up with your own, potentially, I will listen to it. Some of them are better options than others. I might remove dice from you if I feel that it's not if I feel it's not a skill check that's particularly relevant to this particular problem. So the rapids are closing in. The rocks are coming.
I'm gonna run down the deck, my boots clumping as I go, and get to the prow and lean over and try and gauge the lay of the bottom of the channel using my subterranean lore. Is that on survival, or can I use that with awareness?
Survival.
What bonus does that give me?
Gives you +1 die.
+1 die. Okay. I'm going to do that because that feels like a very Neville thing. He's into his he's into his underground tunnels, and he's kind of trying to judge it from. He's got a better sense of how these tunnels are shaped and made, so he's going to come over and have a look. And I'm going to roll 4 dice and need 3s or less. So here we go. 4.
And just remember, your fate has completely regenerated. Remember.
Oh, yes.
In case.
Thank you. I need to make a note of that. Back up to 3. Okay, here we go. So I got 1 success. Okay. Should I re-roll to get some more successes? We need 5 between the 4 of us, don't we?
Yeah, it's pretty early, but if you want to.
It feels like a bit of a moment of pride as well, right? Because it's his subterranean knowledge, so he wants to be able to. So I'm going to re-roll 3 of those, right? So I can choose not to re-roll the success.
Correct.
Right, so here we go. Oh, and another one. So 2 successes. Okay. So yeah, oh look, watch out! You see there where the rocks come. There's a shallower point there. Over here, it widens slightly, and I'll be kind of shouting that out as we go, and kind of pointing with my gromril arm so it shines a bit more. Just thinking of anything he can possibly use. The
spray is hitting Neville in the face. His hair is being washed back, and
looking
with that gromril arm shining, that hook is pointing. And the pilot is staring down at that hook and relaying orders to the captain and Dowie, and the barge is just shifting slightly as Neville is almost like a masthead out there with his arm reaching out, guiding the ship.
Well, while Neville's doing the guiding, I'm going to rope myself to the side of the barge, or to a favourable mast or something that's on the deck, or and I shall pick up a boat hook or marlin spike or whatever there is around, and I'll start pushing against these rocks.
All right, so yeah, you rope yourself to against the side of the barge. You're in there. You're hanging over the edge. Let's see a brawn test.
So we have 5 and 5. Yeah, wow. 3 successes.
All right, so you guys crushed it already. So you guys see it, and we see Snake is also hearing Neville, and it's almost you guys are working in unison between Neville and Snake and the captain, as Neville is just, as Snake is just hammering these rocks, and he shatters two of these poles, and then they just keep chucking them down at him as he's slamming these rocks away, and these Dowies are going, shit, that elf is pretty goddamn strong, but he's successfully pushing them away, and you're quickly moving out of this shallow area. Boris, Erwin, you're successfully navigating this area, but is there anything you want to add to it?
Is there like an empty ore station, or are they all taken up by Dowie at the moment?
They're all taken up, but you can jump down and help them, because they need the extra strength. They've been rowing all day long, and they're fighting against it. You can see their muscles are quivering. There's fatigue.
Is there a Dowie that looks particularly young and tired?
Absolutely. They're all relatively young. This is a this is a
him
very
out by his
small
beard
outpost.
I'm actually the most tired looking one. He's gonna jump into the seat and shuffle him off the seat, and he's going, "Hello, you horse sons, hello!" And he's just gonna start.
I love it.
Not that he's never rowed a boat in his entire life, but he's gonna make it look like he knows what he's doing.
Give me a toil test.
Probably gonna pull a muscle or something like that. We got one success. I'm not going to roll it again because he doesn't know anything about rowing. He's just making the oar go backwards and forwards in the water.
So the dwarf that you just pushed off shuffles over, jumps back into the seat next to you, and grabs the oar. And he's not using his strength, but he's helping you with your rhythm. And you guys successfully keep the rhythm. Erwin.
So obviously there's a lot of people trying to do a lot of things at the moment, all independently. Can I try and coordinate them?
Well, you see that the captain and the pilot have pretty much got them going pretty well. You can attempt a leadership role. Who are you trying to lead?
I'm basically trying to coordinate all the different areas so they work in unison with each other.
Okay. Give me a leadership check, -1 dice, though.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because the dwarves are listening to one another in Dowie, and you're speaking Reichspiel.
3 successes.
Jesus. Okay, so even over the din, they recognize this sound of authority, and it may not even be so much what you're saying, but the tone of your voice.
Would I have got an extra dice from because if they're not gold tier, I get a bonus die because they expect me to take charge?
Nah, not with the Dowie. They don't. Okay. They basically think you're lower class regardless of your nobility. So, but definitely Snake and Boris and Neville hear you, and they sync up with what you're saying. And because they sync up with what you're saying, their actions then kind of force the captain and the pilot to sync up with what you're saying. And because of that, as a crew, a unified crew, you all make it through those shallows incredibly easily with a total of 9 successes. You only have to get 1 success in the next rapids so I made things far too easy on you. Son of a bitch. But we see
that's just a good roll, Aaron. Right,
so
go back to normal in a minute.
I'm gonna have to kill you later.
I was gonna say,
later.
How our rolling normally goes.
Oh my god!
5 Tragaras drop down from the ceiling.
And out of nowhere. No. Let's see. I've got something for you later. Don't worry. But with this coordinated actions, you're able to easily maneuver the shallows, and you get back into a more stable, deeper area of the rapids. Everybody's a little tired. You guys are feeling the fatigue. You're working hard, even when you're not in these high stress areas. You're still working hard, but you get back into the normal areas of the rapids, and you continue on for a few more hours. The captain's having some conversations with the pilot. There's a little bit of concern because in the map, and he calls you over, Erwin, because of the leadership you exhibited in that last one. He goes, Meister Erwin there. We're coming on an area in the old maps where the rapids, there's an area, the channel switches back rapidly. We're going to have to make some very tight turns, and it's going to be very difficult piloting. So you may want to keep an eye on the rowers. We're going to have to be giving orders to the rowers very quickly to ship and change direction with their oars. It's going to be a very hard fought section, if it is still as it is. I just wanted to prepare you. Please prepare the rest the rest of your people.
Yes, Captain. I'll brief them. And I'll go and tell everyone else what's going on.
And then, about 5 minutes later, you hear the captain, prepare for the switchbacks. You see the other dwarves are preparing. The rowers are preparing. It looks like they're changing how their oars are locked down so that they can move them and pull them up easier. So what we're dealing with is we're dealing with this. And again, there are different skill opportunities you can use. I mean, still obviously brawn, survival, awareness are options. Dexterity, you can use dexterity to assist the pilot with quick course corrections, or athletics to assist the oarsmen with shipping and changing the directions of their oars, or even with rebalancing the cargo if the cargo needs to be rebalanced because it's weighing the barge down too heavily on one side or the other. And then obviously leadership to help coordinate the oarsmen, as already was discussed by the captain. So as you're moving into it, you can see how it's the channels narrowing down, and you can see it almost sloping up. It looks like, in modern days, it looks like a water park as it zigs and zags down.
Yeah.
I mean, not like, not like horrible cuts, but I mean, it's bad enough
that a boat will worry about it.
You can easily see it running aground or getting clipped by rock faces and doing some damage. But you've got a good head of steam after your last hazardous area. You've kind of figured out how to move as a well-oiled machine. So you think you can manage this relatively easily. So that comfort with one another is really the mitigating factor that's taken it down to you only needing one success to get through these rapids.
The pilot, what is he using? Is it a wheel or is it a rudder type thing?
So the captain's at the wheel, and he's got a wheel on his barge. The pilot has got is actually got different kinds of it's a lever system that, in addition to the wheel, is actually dealing with some sort of rudder system
and the steam
to assist.
Power, I assume.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go over as we start to go through one of these turns. I notice that the pilot's footing slips slightly and he falls backwards, and he's trying to grab a lever and control the steam power. And I step in with my hook, and I'm like, and then turning a dial with my hand at the same time, bracing myself between two posts. And I'm going to try and use dexterity to help the pilot with the controls, because it's one of my best capabilities.
I like it.
So I'm going to roll 4d10, and I need 4s or less. And I get 2 successes.
Nice.
So yeah, catch the thing and pull the lever down. The steam changes slightly, and I'll turn a few dials.
You hear a slight whistle, and the steam comes out, and the pilot gets his feet back beneath him, and you turn into the next one of these switchbacks as the barge. You hear this little.
I was watching you earlier on. It's a fascinating machine.
Oh, thank you. That was good catch. Thank you for keeping me on my feet. That would have been right embarrassing. Oh, this is a tough one. Harder than I would have thought. We'll have to set different channel locks in there. Maybe slow that a bit. Get some engineers out here to widen that. We'll talk more about it later. Oh, shit, here comes another one. Steak, Boris, Erwin. What's your call?
Owen will be where the rowers are, listening for basically the captain shouting directions. He'll be like, listen up. I'll be using hand signals and vocals. Quick, right. Just trying to make them change quickly by giving them both voice and hand signals so they can see what they're doing or hearing.
I like it. Let's see that leadership check.
2 successes.
Nice.
And I shall join the rowers in the pit.
All right, so Snake jumps in next to us. Dowie looks at you, first scowls, but then shuffles over and lets you grab a hold of the oar. Go ahead and give me your toil test.
That's not so good.
That's okay. You guys already succeeded. I mean, it's not like you need to bank a ton of successes.
Yeah, no successes on that.
All right, so you grab the sword, and it's a little bit, the Dowie just doesn't like sitting next to you, so he's fighting you a little bit. You're still successful. I mean, he's still successful with the oars, but it's just not, he's just not having much of it. Boris.
Boris is also listening to Erwin's orders, but he's doing something slightly different. He remembers his time in Kislev when you want to change direction against the rapids. You put resistance in the water when you're on the small kayaks and that in the rivers. So what he's actually doing, he's got something wide, probably his great axe, probably or an oar if there's another spare oar. And as Erwin's shouting the directions, he's basically plunging it, literally planting his feet into the deck of the barge and then plunging it and holding it so it creates resistance and drag to help turn the. So whenever Erwin shouts a direction, Boris runs and digs in and gives it resistance to help it turn.
I love it.
Erwin would have no idea how you turn a barge. He just knows to tell you which direction.
Right, it's fantastic. I think that's athletics.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's do athletics. Sure, why not?
Because, I mean, you're running around on the barge, you're doing some, I mean, I get the bronze side of it, but I think it's athletics.
Okay, we're doing athletics. We're doing athletics, people. 1 success.
This is good. So you got 5 successes. You only needed 1. You got 5 successes, so that's good. So you guys managed to get through the switchbacks without damaging the barge at all. So again, the captain, you see him just sweat, just dripping down his face. His beard is completely drenched. He grabs the braids of his beard and he's just and waters come pouring out of it. He's like, turns back. He's like, well done, crew. That was a hard one. I thought we were going to scrape up for sure, but you do good. Do good. He's talking to the pilot. And then he pulls the engineers up. We got to make sure that they know we've got to come up and widen the channels through there. But I mean, it's doable. But that was hard work. Without our 4 friends here, I don't think we would have made it without doing some damage to the barge. And he calls for a small break. So about a third of the crew takes a break for a minute, has some water, gets a little bit to eat. You guys are included in that rotation because it opens up for a little bit. It's still fast flowing, but it's not it's not a killer pace at this point. But then he goes, all right, looking, we're about, I don't know, you're probably 6 hours into the trip now. Rowers are getting a little tired. They can't really rotate them. It's a small crew, but they've been relying on the steam engine a little bit more, so they've been able to take a little bit of a rest. But he's looking at the map, and he's like talking to the pilot real quiet, and then he pulls the rune scribe Faber up, and he pulls the 4 of you up. We've got a problem. This stretch of the river doesn't correspond with the map at all. I don't know if we missed a channel marker or if the riverbed just changed. I mean, it's been a hell of a long time, but we're off the map. We can't go back. We've got to find a way through. I don't want to tell the rest of the crew, but we've got to move forward. I'm open to thoughts.
Do you have a sense of direction of where we're going?
I mean, this river is. I mean, we're moving somewhat in the general direction I think we were moving. We're not moving down. I mean, we're not moving deeper in depth, so that's good. We're staying relatively at the same elevation, but I can't tell if we're moving.
Just another channel that's broken through onto the main run and we've split off.
Right. It's hard to tell at this point, but we've got to find a way either back to the original channel, or we've got to see if if the channel just moved. And
how old is map?
900 years.
It flows out somewhere. It's not backing up, right? So
in 900 years, water cut new route. Clearly,
right. It could. Yes, exactly. I mean, it's got to flow
get a fault
somewhere.
in the rock somewhere, it will break through.
But it could also just flow into deeper rock. It could flow into, or it could just flow into a giant waterfall.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know, but we've got to move forward. There's no way back under these.
Can we go slower so we don't fall down some precipice without realizing?
I mean, we can slow down, but that'll put strain on the steam engine to put the steam engine into reverse.
Right. Yeah.
If in doubt, go faster.
This is this is the third challenge.
I like your star bars. You got to figure it out.
This is the third challenge as you go through this area off of the map. So obviously survival is an opportunity. You could try to find your way, reconnoiter through here, using the map, using what you see, try to find a way through either back onto the map or see where the map has changed. Awareness, just to get an idea of your surroundings. Toil, spotting the rowers so they're not exhausted as you make your way through this dead space. Recall, as a way to get a better understanding of the subterranean era. You all have, you might have lore, Talagaad or lore associated with this area, so you might have some sort of recall that you might be able to use. Charm to keep up the spirits of the crew as they work their way through this area, or even willpower.
To sing a sea shanty.
Willpower, using a little bit of magic to try to see if you can get yourself back on track. So these are some of the options, but I'm also open to any other kinds of skill check you might want to make.
Aaron, would I be able to make an argument that mountaineering lore is useful here in terms of I know how rivers flow through mountains?
Absolutely. I would for sure take that.
I would like to do that then, please. So I'd like to do a recall test using my mountaineering lore, because Boris grew up in the steeps. He spent most of his time in the high peaks to the east of Kislev. That's where his family comes from, and he serviced a lot of the small villages and Fort Jakova and things like on the eastern front. So he's used to mountains. He's used to following the rivers, and he's used to the flow of the rivers. So knowing what rivers to follow down back out of the mountains and back down towards the lower steeps. So I'm going to do that, if that's okay.
That is okay. And as a reminder, you guys do need 5 successes this time.
I have 3 successes.
Jeez, so
good start.
Blimey.
So what's it look like as you actually start to recognize, although the map, although where you're at doesn't really match up with the map, but based on what you remember of mountaineering and underground rivers, you're starting to see similarities in the different rock types in the map with the rock types you're seeing here. So you're starting to believe that you're not really that far off from where the map is, because you're seeing the same kind of geological strata that's called out in the map.
Yeah, so he's going to sort of explain that to the captain. He's like, the flow has changed. You see here the rock. The river has moved, I think, and we are still flowing in the right course, but it has changed over 900 years. But if we continue to flow, we should rejoin roughly where the map tells us it should rejoin.
That's good. Yeah.
And then he starts to regale him with stories of how he used to travel down the steep mountains. Completely useless stories of how he used to travel down the steep mountains. But it kind of half convinces him that he knows what he's talking about.
Do we need to keep an eye out for another opening then that will get us back onto our original channel?
No, good chance. Good chance. This will just rejoin. River finds quickest route, you see it, out onto mountains.
You see the captain actually blush under his beard, because he should have picked up on that himself. Being a Dowie, having lived underground most of his life, he's like, oh no, that's a very good point. I was just about to make that same conclusion, but thank you. Yes, that's very.
My knowledge
very
is
astute.
Mountains above, not mountains below. But water is water; it travels same way.
Very, very, very astute. And he's like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. But.
So yeah, I think Erwin will just be going around the barge telling everyone what a great job they're doing, cracking jokes about elves, because they're dwarves. They'll love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just trying to keep people's spirits up and give them a bit more energy by being more motivated.
I feel like we have to make an argument here, though, that Snake gets upset by this, and his morale goes down.
Let's see how the roll goes.
I don't think Snake's an idiot. He probably knows exactly what I'm doing. Although it could go really wrong, where I accidentally say, "Oh, stupid dwarves." Oh, it would help if I rolled the right number. 3 successes.
Holy crap. All right, you guys are cooking with gas. Again, you've exceeded the number you needed, so the barge is going to survive. So everybody, all the Dowie start they start laughing, and then they start singing a Dowie barge song, and that starts to get everybody's spirits up. And
I'll give Snake a wink so he knows exactly what I'm doing.
I'm going to dance.
I love it. Let's do it.
I am a war dancer, and katas can be very close to dance anyway. So
That's true.
I shall perform a kata with a certain flourish in time with the shanty.
I'm going to give you a +1 die for that.
Thus playing the clown at the same time, of course.
I think that falls right into your entertainer. So I'm going to give you a +1 die for that because that's fantastic.
What are we going for? Fellowship? Charm or
you can either go fellowship, charm, or you can go athletics.
Athletics. Yeah, let's do athletics.
No, I think war dance would be probably pretty damn athletic. One success.
We got 1 success.
Hey, you know what? That's 1 success. You guys are going good. So, all right, and Neville. So you're watching. Erwin is joking with the lads. They're chanting and singing, and Stu is dancing about them. Boris is talking with the captain.
I've wandered to the front of the boat again, and I'm trying to look out into the darkness and see if I can see in the dark using magic, which is one of the petty magic things you can do with illusion. So I'm going to be leaning out like I was before and looking out and trying to glint. I'm doing it like I'm trying to glint the light off of my Gromril arm. And hopefully this light could shimmer further into... I probably shouldn't use Gromril for that, should I? It's some kind of anti-magic stuff.
It's fantastic.
He doesn't know. He doesn't care.
No.
I'm just trying to look out, trying to see out into the darkness, see if I can see this channel connecting back up or anything.
Give me a willpower check. So the CV on this is 2.
Yeah, I'm really not good at willpower. Where are we? 3 dice, and I need 2s or less.
It's reassuringly not dangerous for
and it is grim. Remember, don't forget it's grim.
So I have to re-roll any successes.
That is correct.
Okay. Here we go.
I love it.
I got 1 success.
All right, just re-roll that 1 success.
If this is a fate point to make it glorious, would it just kind of stop him having to re-roll?
Yes.
Okay. I will use a fate point.
Although we've already succeeded, I guess.
It's okay. This is
successes, though.
I need 2 successes to use the magic.
Channeling. So the magic is the magic is bubbling through you. You feel it coming. So it's just like casting in Wolfram 4E. You just
can build up the successes.
You build, Okay. And in this game, you don't even have to tell me what spell you're going to cast until you get enough successes.
Oh, that's cool. So you just start channeling power, basically.
Yeah. It's an extended test. So you just keep channeling power.
I need to get my willpower up.
So you're channeling it. You feel these gray winds start to pull through you. You feel them coming off of the rocks. They're suffusing you. You're breathing them in. You feel it collecting around your eyes, and your eyes start to glow a little bit. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh. Okay. 3d10 needing 2s or less. I got 1.
And you got to re-roll that, though.
I'm going to use another fate point to make it glorious.
So you succeed. So you're able to see in the dark, but you got a 9, which means you also miscast. So you do succeed.
Succeed. I forgot about that.
You do succeed, but you also will have to roll in the miscast table. So
Sure.
immediately your eyes turn this gray. The irises of your eyes turn gray, and the whites of your eyes turn black for a second, and then they go shockingly white, and you're able to see in the dark. And you see
stunned.
the channel. You see the channel that you need to turn into, and it was kind of hidden, and you're able to point it out to the captain.
Yeah, I'll point with my hook.
With your gromrel arm.
Yeah.
Right as you roll a D10 for me.
Ooh.
It's only one though. It's just one die. Nothing,
okay.
Nothing.
7.
And you hear this hideous chittering from a nearby shadow.
Trigara. Quick through there before more bugs come and get us.
And it does. It sounds exactly like the Trigara just chittering over you. And you can hear it. No one else hears this chittering noise, but you
over
hear
there quick
it.
before they come.
And then you hear it move, and then it sounds like it's just right behind your right shoulder, just chittering at you, chittering. And in that chittering, you hear a very quiet voice. It's come home to me, come home to you. And then it's just chittering. But your eyes are still glowing, and you can still see in the dark. And you see enough to direct the captain. And you're able to make your way back onto the map with your one success. As you turn. Yes.
Do we all see his eyes glowing?
As he turns back and looks at you, you see this faint glowing, but it's hard to tell. You think it's more from the lantern light. It's not.
It's reflecting off the thing. Yeah.
Everything is a little odd in the cavern. So, and it lasts for a few minutes, and then it fades. It fades a bit, but you're still able to see in the dark. But the glowing kind of fades a little.
I have a quick question, Aaron.
Yes.
Is my night vision working underground here?
Yeah. It's not as effective as his ability to see in the dark.
No,
magic. But yeah. You're able to see much further than everyone else is.
Yeah.
But so
I am now occasionally just kind of staring off into the dark corners
every
of the
once
corridor.
in a while, like every few minutes, you hear this chittering noise. But then all of a sudden, as the glow fades from your eyes, you hear another voice, very quietly, a woman's voice. You're dabbling, dear heart. You're dabbling again. I can feel it when you dabble. And that's all right. You should explore. When you get back to Talagaad, though, you should come see me. Well, better yet, I'll come see you. We should talk.
It's a date.
You need help. And I think I can help you. And I think you can help me. And you recognize the voice.
Oh.
It's the voice of a particular art lover that you've run across.
Briefly.
Oh, you're making friends with definitely our vampire.
Very briefly.
At last, you hear the chittering again, and then her voice again. I'll see you in your dreams, dear.
My dreams get messy. Watch out. And then I'll walk away and try and shake it from my head and go over and I'm doing something, then I make a meal of like moving some boxes or something to like physical activity will like clear my head.
And it does. After a few seconds, your vision returns to normal after a few moments. And you guys continue. You're back on the map now. The captain is like, oh, back on the map. Turns to you, Boris. He's like, good call. And you continue on for about an hour. And he goes, we should be coming up to the lock soon. Just according to the map, one more area of bad rapids. And then we should be coming into the lagoon. And then the lock and pumping station. We got some fast rapids to go through coming up. So everybody make sure all of the gear is battened down. Make sure everything is ready for the rapids. And then you can hear them as they're coming. The sound of this
running around and
water.
tying everything down. Probably tying myself down at some point.
And there's just white mist coming up as these roaring rapids approach. And once again, we are in it. Now, last time you got 8 successes. You only need 2 successes to protect the barge as you go through these. And any of the things that we've done before, brawn to help the captain hold the wheel steady, awareness to look for dangers, dexterity to help the pilot with the steam levers, survival to help find the right channel, leadership, Erwin to help the rowers. Any of those things will do. You only need, like I said, you got 8 successes. You only need 2 to get through this area. So how would you like to approach these rapid rapids? As the mist is getting, you guys are drenched now. I mean, you're completely drenched. Your clothes are soggy. You're getting rashes from the wear and the creases of your elbows and knees, but it's nothing to you. You're hardened adventurers.
Boris has been loving it. He's been laughing the entire time we've been going down. His big bellowing laugh bouncing off all the cave walls. Ah! All the way down. A bit like if you heard Brian Blessed laughing. It's like that loud and bouncing off the walls. He's loving it. Flash Gordon's alive! Has the captain actively asked for someone to help him at the wheel?
No, but you can see he's straining. He's probably too proud to ask,
okay.
But...
well, without asking and without saying,
he's tired. I mean, he's obviously tired.
He's going to get, but he's going to, Captain, my arms are yours, and he puts them on the wheel. Tell me which way.
He's like, he claps you on the shoulder, and he's like, yeah. He helps position your hands. He's like, help me hold steady here.
That's what he does. He's going to brawn it out. He's going to give his muscles to whatever the captain wants him to do.
All right, give me a brawn check.
Touching moment as you have to put your hands over his hands on the wheel.
It's like Ghost, but the wheel.
Yeah. Little Titanic moment.
That's me and Snake at the front of the ship.
2 successes, Aaron, with the brawn.
All right. That's all you actually needed to get past these rapids. But you've got the ship steady, going straight down the center of the rapids. Who would like to contribute to the success?
I'll just be coordinating the rowers again.
All right.
So just again, giving the hand signals, listening to the orders from the captain.
And I'll stand at the front with my night vision, looking out for rocks.
Okay,
just 1 success from me.
1's enough. So Erwin's coordinating the rowers. Snake, give me a survival check.
Yeah, 1 success.
So you're able to help the captain and the pilot and Boris steer clear of the rocks. Neville.
Oh, everything else seems to be taken. I'm going to be kind of battening things down and grabbing on and like using my hook to pin something to the deck so it can't move. Or maybe hang on while I almost fall off the side of the boat.
We could do with some more magic, maybe.
Oh, no way. I'm out of fate points. It's not happening. Right.
If you're battening things down, give me a dexterity check.
Okie doke. That's cool. I'll roll 4d10 and I need 4s or less. So I got 1 success. That'll do me.
Yep. So you're able to go through these rapid rapids and then you're spit out into this large lagoon. And against the far area of the lagoon, you can see the final lock and pumping station. And the lagoon is just a black glass-like water stretching out in front of you. And the captain slumps against the wheel. The rowers ship their rows. Everybody's kind of seated for a moment. The steam engine is battened down a little bit, and the barge slows. He's like, all right, everyone, let's take a rest for a moment. What I need now, since you guys decided to
I'm going to take my crossbow out and keep an eye out. If everyone's resting, I'm going to keep watch.
I like it. I need everybody to make, this is a hazard check, an exhaustion hazard check. So I need everybody to make an endurance check against a hazard 2.
Does that mean you need 2 successes?
You need 2 successes.
I got 2 successes.
All right, Boris.
Cool. Boris is an enduring man.
I got 1.
Okay.
Oh, I got 2.
Okay.
I suppose it makes sense. I shouldn't be that tired. I've not really been doing anything physical.
I'm thoroughly knackered.
Yeah.
Okay, so Erwin got 1 success and
2.
Snake got 0
I
success.
got 2.
I mean, you got 2 successes. Boris got 2 successes. Neville got 1 success, and Snake got 0 successes. So this is basically you guys you're tired. Boris and Erwin are tired. Neville and Snake, you're exhausted. So you both have the drained condition, which means you can't get bonus dice, and you can't, and your tests aren't glorious until you get rest. Also, Neville, you take 1 wound. Roll a d10. So this is something that happened during the journey, and you're just now feeling sort of the effects of it. I will narrate what it is based on what you get.
4.
A 4. So nicked arm. So yeah, while you were battening down the gear there towards the end, one of it kind of broke loose and just bashed against your arm. So you've just got a really deep bruise. We're not going to worry about you dropping anything. Anything you dropped, you could just pick up. So basically, just after you just catch your breath. So you've just got you've got the 1 wound
and a bit of a gash on my arm.
Yeah, but you're not taking any negative effects from it at the moment, but it is untreated, so you do have 1 wound at the moment.
Sure, I've noted that down.
Now, Snake, you need to roll 2d10 for me.
No.
Oh.
Now, unless you're hardy, in which you just would roll just 1d10.
Oh, I'm hardy.
Minimum 1d10.
Minimum 1d10,
yeah,
but
okay,
your next win
will only be 1.
Strongly recommend hardy as a talent for anybody who doesn't have one.
Yep.
It's
So 10.
really helpful.
I can't take it because you need a toughness of 4.
Oh, that's right. I really recommend a toughness of 4 for anybody who doesn't have a toughness of 4. So Snake got
be
8.
toughness 4.
No, exactly.
So shock or temporary nerve damage jolts down your arm. So I
10,
think
isn't it? It's
You got
2d10.
10 because it's 2d10. It's 2 and an 8.
10.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, 10. Sorry. Crushed rib. So I think during all of this jolting around, you got a blow to the side. You pretty much ignored it for most of this, but it's really starting to hurt now. Now that you've actually had a moment to sit and rest, the adrenaline is worn off, and you've realized that you've got a couple of broken ribs. The next test you take is going to be grim. And until the wound is treated, you suffer the drained condition. You already have the drained condition at the moment, so that doesn't really affect you too much. And it's a night's repast. So, until you sleep through the night, you're going to have the drained condition. So a little bit worse than Neville's. Will only have the drained condition really through this next encounter. But Snake will have the drained condition until after a night's respite. So your ribs aren't really broken; they're bruised. Yeah, because if they were broken, they would be a little bit longer than just sleeping it off for a night. Trust me, I've had.
Yeah.
If they're bruised, they would be a little bit more than just sleeping it off for the night. But you're a badass wood elf, so we'll call it that. So I need Neville, who has decided to take up guard, to give me an awareness check.
Oh. Okay.
But I need it to be -1 die because it's kind of dark in here, and the barge's lanterns don't really illuminate the entire cavern. And your spell is run out. I think. Hold on a second. Let me double check. I got the duration of that spell. I didn't really look at that closely. Yeah, it's usually like potency turns or something. So your potency is. I would say it is run out. Yep.
Okay.
For a petty
That's cool.
spell. Yep.
So
it's been a few hours.
3d10, and I need 3s. 1 success.
All right. So you're looking around and you see something moving towards the ceiling of the cavern. Something sinuous and large, about the length of the barge. Black.
There's something
dark.
big over there.
Give me now. You've got subterranean lore.
Yes.
So give me a recall test.
Okay. 3 dice.
And I'll give you are you? So you point that out. I'll give you +1 die because you're up there with the captain and the pilot. So they see it, and you guys are conferring for a second on it.
1 success.
Right. Cap goes, oh, right. Well, you know what that is, right, Neville? That's an immature shard dragon.
Oh.
Ah. Well, damn, we're going to have to take care of that. That
Shit.
can't be allowed to stick around in these... If that thing's allowed to grow up in these caverns,
problem for the waterways.
Yeah, well, not just the waterways. And once it smells our people down there, it'll hit Hager hard. I mean, nothing tastes better to it than dwarves and humans.
Dragons love dowies for breakfast, right? We better take that out.
We don't have to worry. It's definitely seen us. It's moving towards us. Oh, better rouse your friends for some battle stations.
Boris!
Duh. So, since Neville has seen this immature shard dragon, it does not get to ambush you, and you all will get to go first. It is moving towards you. It is at long distance at the moment, but moving quickly towards the barge across the ceiling.
Okay. I'm going to...
I will just remind you guys.
I was going to say, I'm going to run to the ballista.
You do have a small cannon, and you do have a bolt thrower.
I'm going to the cannon.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping someone would be there to shoot the ballista.
I can shoot. Oh, no, the cannon takes time to reload, doesn't it? The ballista...
The bolt thrower has a reload of 3.
Right.
And the small cannon has a reload of 4. That's the number of successes you have to get to reload.
I'm not really worried about reloading, right? I just want to fire a cannon because it looks cool. So I'm going to run over to the cannon and go, I'm giving it a broadside.
Do you have lore black powder?
No.
Okay. So this is going to be grim.
Of course.
That's okay.
All my rolls are.
and it's -1 die.
Oh, okay. So
that's
2d10.
2d10.
And I need 4s because I've got 4 shooting.
You got this.
Here we go. 1 success, which I need to re-roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bah.
So the cannon goes off. Boom! And you see it hits the ceiling.
Yeah!
Close to the shard dragon. You see rock spray fly out. And the Dowie rowers who are jumping up and coming over, and one of the engineers are looking at you like, and they move to try to reload the cannon. They're smacking you off.
Yeah, I'll just get out of the way. I'm like, that was amazing.
Boris, Erwin, Snake.
I'm running towards the ballista, basically shouting for people to man it, because I'm not very good at shooting, but I can help load, hopefully.
The elf know how to shoot.
And coordinate.
So
yes, you would have. You all use bows.
So a couple of the dwarfs are moving towards the ballista. Now it's on a pintle, but it can't actually swing all the way around. So the shard dragon will have to move towards the back of the barge to come into range of that. But a couple of them are moving towards it. So, Erwin, is that your action to go over and
yeah,
set
I'm basically going to try to get because I can't use the black powder weapon. It goes against my
likewise. Yeah,
yep.
Boris
Are
can't
there
also.
any javelins, spears,
You
tridents?
backward people.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, there's a
boat hooks.
Boat hook. There's a boat hook.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
going
it's
to throw that.
It's the last one we've got. He's smashed all the other ones.
-1 die because you're kind of out of range and it's not really meant to be thrown. But
I think I'll wait until it comes a bit closer. I can do it at medium range, so I may as well wait.
Okay.
Until it comes a bit closer. But
so
yeah, even so, yeah.
So it moves into it's moving quickly. I mean, it's fast. So it's coming across the ceiling, and it gets to that point where you think it's within the optimal range for you to throw this boot.
That's a question, Aaron. Is there like moss or weeds or stuff growing on the ceiling?
It's stone. I mean, there's might be some small areas of lichen. Yeah.
Okay. Can I use Tanglefoot?
You could cast it, but this thing is too big to be able to be entangled by.
It just makes it difficult terrain. It doesn't make it. It doesn't trap it.
Yeah, you definitely could. Yeah, absolutely.
2 successes.
Okay. So you throw it. What's the damage for that?
What, strength?
Yep. Just strength.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's 5 damage plus 1. Is it plus 1 for the extra success or plus 2?
Plus 1 for the extra success.
Plus 1. So it's 6.
So
6 damage.
You throw this boat hook up. It hits it against its scaly hide. The boat hook falls back. It recoils a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have done any damage. Erwin, describe what it looks like as you elicit this prayer to Tal.
So Owen starts speaking in old Reichspiel, very almost archaic, and almost spectral antlers appear on his head, and his eyes kind of become animalistic. And you see his hands slowly raise up as suddenly vines burst out and thickets burst out of the ceiling, surrounding where the worm is. And suddenly it stops being able to really sprint across it. It's suddenly having to kind of stagger through. So it slowed it down, hopefully therefore making it easier to hit.
So yeah, you see the shard dragon start to get tangled by these vines and everything, and it slows from a fast crawl across the ceiling to a much slower pace. Boris, it is in medium range. It has been slowed and somewhat staggered. Is there anything that you can do? It's at towards the front of the barge.
Boris is well known for his ranged combat.
I know.
And by ranged combat, he means throwing himself at things at medium range. No, he is preparing himself really more than anything. So he's kind of watching this creature. He's, as always, putting himself in harm's way. So he's putting himself between everybody else and this great ugly.
How long does it take you to cast your frost thing?
I was about to go. He's activating Winter's Bite, and sort of as this creature's approaching, like I said, he's using his maneuver to maneuver himself between sort of everybody else on the barge. So if the thing does come down towards the barge, the first thing it's going to be faced with is Boris, and he's just going to be, Urson, it's once again time, and he cuts himself on his axe. And it freezes over, the silver great axe freezes over, and he kind of just braces ready for that fight. And the air sort of around the axe becomes quite chilled, and the axe is kind of glowing in the darkness of the cave, as you've all customarily seen him do this many times now. And he is just going to give himself +1 damage on his axe with
Nice.
Winter's Bite.
Nice. And you see this black, scaly, immature worm is thrashing a little bit around the stones of the ceiling, and then it pulls its head free and just drops into the water, disappearing into the lagoon. You see ripples and then nothing.
Hold on. I'm going to dig my hook into the edge of the thing and watch with my crossbow around the end. Is that the first time we've seen Erwin go all antlery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And that's known about, right? That's like Tal worship and prayers like that. That's all like, oh yeah, cool.
I mean, you'd have heard the words you'd have understand would have been Tal.
No, sure. What I mean is more the visuals of it, like that.
Antlers very Tal.
But that might have been seen before or something.
You haven't seen Erwin do it, but
not you. But I mean, is that the first time I've ever seen anyone do Tal magic?
No, you've probably seen other priests of Tal.
Okay.
Because you live in Talagaad.
Yeah, sure. No, that's
pretty common in that area. Yeah, he's the prime deity of the region.
Course.
So
just wondering how common that visual image of Tal magic was.
Each of the priests of Tal would have slightly different appearance, but I mean the idea of the antlers and everything is pretty common, iconic.
Yeah, cool.
And Boris is not freaked out by it at all because he just sees another god. Bit of competition now. Bear Bear God versus the Hunter God, eh?
So the barge shakes as it's hit by something, and then a ropey coil of blackness comes up on the stern of the barge, and you see this giant maw of this shard dragon open, and you can see now its individual scales look like a shark's tooth, and they're razor sharp. You see the captain and the pilot fall back, and you see Faber fall back from this creature that's right before them, lifting its head up like a serpent. But now it's back to you guys.
All you can hear is Forrest cackling as he almost lunges towards this giant maw that's appeared next to him on the boat, and he's going to charge into the beast's face.
Can't charge, but you could definitely move up and hit him.
Charge narratively into the beast's face.
Gotcha.
And he is going to attempt to whack this mighty foul beast. I assume he counts as having armor.
He does count as having armor. Yes,
that's
he
good.
is definitely armored.
We have 3 successes, good sir.
Nice.
As I have melee 5 these days.
Nice.
Decadent.
So does it? I assume he can't really defend himself. He's huge and he's.
Oh no, he can defend. So his head is moving around. He's going to attempt to get out of the way. We will see. He gets. Let me double check. He gets 2 successes, so reduces your total successes down.
2 to 1, unfortunately. But however, that's all I need, for I am mighty. That is a grand total of. That's 4, 5, 8, 9 damage.
9 damage. So you strike into him, and he's staggered back. Your blade bites in, but does not actually.
Oh, sorry, 10 damage. I forgot Winter's Bite. 10 damage. If that
10
makes
damage. So you crushed through his scales. The cold shattering some of the scales on his right beneath his jawline. You see the frost blacken his skin beneath it as you wound the beast, and it lets out this hissing howl of rage.
Just like the frostworms at home.
But now I need you to give me a hazard 2 endurance check. Okay. As the coils of this thing are right there next to you.
2 successes.
Nice.
Boy,
so you feel them. You
His
feel
winter
these
himself.
razor sharp coils strike up against you, but none of them cut you.
That's Boris done. I think that's my move.
I was going to unload my repeater crossbow, so +1 die on the thing. As the narrative charge is done, I will kind of step to the side and like.
I like it.
Kind of have this image as the axe hit and he lifts his head up. That's when you.
Yeah. Right, so 4 dice needing 4s or less. 2 successes.
All right, let's see if he's able to dodge out of the way of that. He gets 1 success, so you got 1 success.
Yep. So 1 plus my weapon strength is 5.
All right, so that's 6. So ping, ping, ping hits the scales, does not penetrate through it, but it pushes him back. So the beast is staggered by the crossbow bolt striking it.
Is the ballista able to start shooting at it?
From where it's at, no, because the pilot house is between it, and the ballista is really for the back half of the barge. It doesn't spin all the way around to the front. So,
Damn.
I may as well try and hit it, haven't I? So,
Wrestle it.
I love this
Yeah.
plan.
Jump from the
I
top
don't think
rope.
I'm going to wrestle it this time.
He has learned.
Not with razor sharp skin. That might be a step too far, maybe. But we can punch it.
We certainly can.
Oh wow.
Okay, 3 successes.
3 successes. All right, so you move in to punch it. It looks at you with confusion. Still tries to move out of the way. Fails though, so I think it's absolute confusion over seeing an elf try to punch it. It it's unable to dodge fast enough. I mean, these are intelligent creatures. Even a juvenile shard dragon is a little baffled by this action. So, what's your total damage there?
So that basically then is so there's 3 successes, so that's 2 extra on the dice. Yeah. Strength -1, so that's 4 plus 2 is 6.
Okay, so you strike the scales. You don't penetrate it. It's already staggered, though. So it falls back into the water, disappearing back into the water.
Yes, Snake, you punch so hard it fall in water.
Erwin.
I'm just going to try and coordinate the ballista, because if it's in the water, it could pop up anywhere.
That is true.
Basically, watch the water. Get ready.
Okay. So comes around to its action. It does pop up. For its movement action, it comes back up basically at the back of the barge, or when it's right
bollocks,
right at the crew there, and it's going to thrash out and strike. Now there are 3 dwarves and you. So roll a d4, and if you get a 1, it's going to come at you for its first attack.
No.
All right, so its maw opens up and it bites down at one of these poor defenseless dwarves. And you just see it swallow this dwarf whole. And you just see this blood gush out from where this dwarf rower was, coating its black scales. And then it thrashes back around and it bites through the ballista, destroying the ballista absolutely, as the barge takes 1 fault.
Well, shit.
But it is now there right in front of you. And it's back to you guys' turn, as it's the back of the barge.
Can we do a little flashback to when we had our little rest? You know, we had a few hours rest and we had lunch and everything. Mm-hmm. But what everyone didn't realise was Neville was setting up traps on the exterior of the hull of the boat around that area of the ship, just in case we were to be attacked by stir pikes or things from the water, right? So around the kind of the water's edge end of the boat, he'd only had enough time to do one end of the ship, and it happens to be this side.
I absolutely love this plan, and the next time we play Blades in the Dark, I'll let you do it. And not here.
Damn it.
Let's try that.
I'm going to run over with my Warhammer and hit it.
I love that plan, too.
Right, here we go. So I got a narrative charge. Run across the deck slowly.
Oh, I will say this. Hold on, before you guys get going again, and I should have mentioned this, because the dwarves are there. I'm not having them fight.
Sure.
You guys all have a total of 5 bonus dice that you can use, and use per round.
Okay.
As assistance dice, you can one at a time, or you could give 4 of them to Boris. Doesn't matter to me.
Boris,
as long as you remember.
May I use one?
As long as you remember that the maximum you can have is twice your total of bonus dice. So
okay, I'm going to use one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I now have 4 dice.
All right.
And I'm rolling 4s or less because my melee is 4. So I got 3 successes.
Nice. And it tries to dodge out of the way, but only successfully, barely succeeds. So it only got 1 success there. So you're able to connect with your Warhammer pretty.
Is it staggered?
It is not staggered anymore.
Okay. So I got
now
2 successes, and my Warhammer is strength 4. I don't have my strength or anything, do I? That's just 4. So 6 damage. It's all
6.
Yeah.
So you smash into its scales, and now it is staggered as you push it back onto its coils, into the rubble of the ballista. It's still got dwarf guts hanging out of its maw. The other 3 dwarfs are with Orwin. They're cowering back. I mean, they're not. I mean, all dwarfs are fighters to a certain extent, but they were not prepared for this.
Boris
After
is going to
Neville,
go next.
Boris.
Boris, use all 4 dice.
I assume it's still too close for me to actually charge.
Yeah, I mean the barge. There's just too much on the barge. For
Narrative charging. And Boris took time to make friends with the oarsman because he kept jumping in there and basically hoisting him out of the way. So he's gonna call this guy. This guy's would have been called Bergen. And Bergen, no! And he's still because Boris is smart, but he's trying to save the dwarf that's clearly dead.
Clearly dead, because I mean his intestines are oozing out of the shard dragon's mouth. Yes,
I've seen people's face nearly get melt off and they've survived. So,
true, but they weren't NPCs.
Look, just Boris is having a moment, right? Please get charged headlong, and apparently I'm being told to use all 4 remaining dice, which I can do, because I am Boris.
Do it.
And I have a high.
You've got the funky axe.
I do have a very funky axe as well. I have a very large axe, so I'm going to do this 6 and then 3. So that one and then that one. What did we get out? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 successes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses. And this is where I'm going to use a fate point.
Nice. It's worth it.
For another 3 successes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. With
nice.
Wow.
So this immature shard dragon sees this lumbering Kislevite with a frosted axe come running at it, screaming about a dead dwarf that the shard dragon just ate. He attempts to dodge out of the way. He gets 1 success. So he's able to pull one of his coils back, but it's nowhere near enough as Boris strikes down.
That's a lot of damage. So
yeah, that's a lot of damage.
10, 13, 14, 15 points of damage, including Winter's
15
Blight.
points of damage. So you're able to slice through, easily slice through the scales of this shard dragon, and you take a huge half-moon chunk of meat out of the side of it as you wound it deeply, and blood, this cool blood starts flowing out of it. But I do need you to once again make me that endurance check.
Will do. Oh no, I failed. I'm gonna have to use another fate point. I get 1 success.
All right, so you go in so hard, you're cut up by these scales. You become drained by the blood loss and damage, and you take a wound. So roll a d10 for me there.
4.
So yeah, it makes sense. You come in with your arm, you open a gash across your arm, loosening your grip. Give me an endurance check to avoid dropping your axe.
Oh.
I passed my endurance check on that. Well, I get 1 success. I assume only 1 success.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So your axe is loosened up a little bit, but you're able to hold on to it. But you are drained as you stand toe to toe with the shard dragon.
What's a shard dragon against the frost worm of the Kislevite?
True. That's nothing. These immature shard dragons dime a dozen. Snake, Erwin, you see Boris deep in the coils of this black beast. The beast's mouth roars open in pain as Boris cuts a divot out of its side, vomiting out a dwarf head right at Boris's feet. What do you do?
I softened him up for you.
Does there happen to be a dwarf standing next to me that might be carrying an axe?
Technically, I just want to say Neville got off easy because he hit it with a Warhammer, and I forgot to make him.
I didn't say anything.
I know.
I can make an endurance test. That's fine.
All right, give me an endurance test.
I mean, I can't make an endurance test, but here we go.
You'll be fine. You'll live forever.
Nope, no successes.
No successes. All right. So you're drained, but I think you already were.
I'm already drained.
Okay, and roll 2d10 for me as you take 2 wounds.
I'm hardy.
Yes, but you already had 1 wound, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you would be normally rolling 3.
But now you're rolling 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
Here
You'll
we
be
go.
fine. You'll live forever.
It's fine. I'm just going to lose my other arm. 5.
Oh, that's a good.
Too bad.
Better leg. So your leg
Ticklish. I'm
buckles.
ticklish.
So the scales as you go in and hit it with the Warhammer scrape across your leg, and it buckles as you're you start to fall to the floor. Give me an endurance check to avoid going prone.
Oh, blimey. Yes.
Okay, so you don't go prone. You stagger almost down to your knee. You put your grommel hook down, and that helps you keep to your feet. You got your Warhammer in your one hand.
Yep.
But Boris, you could see Neville is bleeding and drained and suffering. There's a huge gash open in his leg. There's a gash open in your arm. Erwin, Snake, the Shard Dragon stands before you, thrashing about, wounded and enraged. What do you do? Remember, Boris used all the bonus dice. There are no more bonus dice this round. What would you like to do?
I'm drained anyway, so I can't use any bonus dice anyway, can I?
That's true.
That's
right. I think you guys are all.
Can I try and get the dwarfs out of there? Does there happen to be
a dwarf or a dwarf down that has a handy hand axe just lying on the deck?
I mean, you could definitely just grab one from them. I mean, they're there. They all have hand axes. They're
Don't
dwarves.
you have a fancy fan?
He does have his fancy fan, but he hasn't used it. So I wasn't going to mention it. But you did, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not that good with my fancy fan, so
it's going to use the same
but
skill
it might
as
have
an axe,
to,
though,
it
right?
might have to come out. Yeah.
Would use the same skills as the axe.
I'm going to throw the axe at it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Get it right in that wound.
I'm going to try.
Well, you could take an action to aim.
Oh, yeah.
Which would give you +1 die. And then you could use a fate point to take a second action and then throw it if you'd like.
Go on then. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. So 1 success and then an extra fate. Oh, no, I have to make.
No, you got it.
Yeah. Right.
2
An
successes.
Do I have to do something for the aim, or is that?
No, your aim is
No.
that extra
your aim
dice.
automatically happens, and then
Right. Okay. So 2 successes then.
2 successes. See if it gets 2 successes. So you hit.
Yeah. Okay. So no extra, which means that it does 5 + 1, and then +1 for the armor, so it's 7 damage.
Okay, so it's staggered back, but it was already staggered. So, but it's enraged. So it's going to take the wound. So the axe actually does sink into where Boris had cut open its side, and the axe is sunk into that bite there.
Okay.
Neville.
no, it didn't never.
No, it's-
Oh, no, I've already gone.
Oh, that's right.
I've already gone. It's
That's right.
Erwin.
Erwin,
Can I
sorry,
try and
yeah.
get the dwarfs out of there?
Out of the area?
Yeah, try and get them away from the angry dragon.
Sure. You can either make a charm or leadership test.
I guess leadership, it doesn't really matter. They're the same to me. But...
Use the sword, Erwin.
No, none. They completely ignore me.
Yeah, they're terrified. They're just too afraid. They're stunned by what they're seeing here.
Yeah.
Bring us around to the Shard Dragon, and
I, however, will have been backing away because I'm not an idiot.
okay. So you're
About
moving
this.
back. Snake is snake through, so he's not in melee range. Erwin backed out of the way. So there's Boris and Neville and 2 dwarves. So Boris is 1, Neville is 2, and the other 2 dwarves are 3 and 4. Boris, the Shard Dragon has 2 attacks. Roll a d4 for me. One of the dwarves. Oh, sad.
Can I make a narrative choice to dive in the way of it
Sure.
to protect the Dowie?
You absolutely can. I love this
Ah!
podcast. So you see the Shard Dragon, it lurches up, and it is going to bite down, right down on the head of this cowering Dowie. Its maw opens, distends. You hear the jaws cracking open as it comes open, and it comes down with 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
I believe in myself with my.
I believe in you too.
I get no successes.
No successes. That's a little rough. That's a little rough.
Fine. He's fine. He's Boris the
fine.
Bear.
He's a
He's
big
fine.
boy.
He's fine. He's tough. He is tough. So, wowzers. That's That's
definitely a
wound. That's 12 damage.
Okay, that does get past my resilience.
Okay.
Of 6.
Okay. So, but that's your second wound?
That is my second wound.
All right. 2d10.
1d10. I'm hardy.
Hardy. Yeah.
8.
8. Shaking grip. Okay. So again, it bites against your arm, tearing at your arm. Give me. You drop your axe.
Just straight up drop my axe. Yeah.
Yeah, straight up drop your axe.
I was trying to wedge my axe in his mouth as he came down, and it obviously went horribly wrong, and he gets pushed to the side. But I saved the Dowie's life, so that's what I was trying to do.
That's right. So it pushes you down, bites down at your arm. Your axe is at your feet. Neville, roll a d4 for me. 1, it's Boris. 2, it's you. 3 or 4, it's dwarves. It's coming right at you, Neville.
Yay!
So as it bites down and it's got Boris's shoulder in its mouth and it's shaking him, its claw comes around, scything at you.
And I'm distracted because Boris getting chewed on is like worrying for me. So I'm like, and then.
But no, you kind of still hear Boris laughing in there. It's a bit weird.
Yes, Boris is also insane.
He's insane.
Yeah,
you can use that. You can use athletics to try to dodge if
yes.
you'd like. Or remember, with your Grommel arm, you can also try to parry.
Oh, that sounds cool. So how many did he get?
He got 3.
3. Right. I will try what's parrying? Defense. And I might roll athletics to jump out of the way.
Probably smart.
I got 2 successes.
All right, so take it down to 1.
So the bad leg is kind of dragging behind as I try to jump backwards.
So the claw strikes across, and you take 8 points of damage.
Oh, that's past my just past
my
my resilience of 5.
Okay, so that's so you're on your
another
third wound, right?
Abby's 4th wound.
4th wound. So 3d10.
3d10.
Oh no!
Here we go.
This is a rough threshold here.
Here we go.
Before shit gets real.
And let the dice fall where they may. I'm out of fate points. 14, not too bad.
That's not too bad. Yeah. Internal injury. So the hideous blow causes damage to an organ you probably cannot name. Until the wound is treated, you take any action besides recover, you suffer a critical injury condition. Oh, that's rough. Until the wound is healed, you suffer the drain condition. So you're still drained. But it's still only a night's repast. So, I mean, basically, you just need to sleep this off. So,
okay.
Basically, you got your guts shook up really hard. Yeah. And you're down. We're just going to
punched in the kidneys.
Figuratively call it prone. You got slammed up against this broken ballista. Okay. And your internals are bruised pretty badly.
But he is now limited to taking the recovery action in combat.
So, remember that.
I might just move away and lie down.
Yeah, it might take a nap.
Yeah.
That is what recovery is all about.
Yeah,
We'll get to recovery. I don't think anybody's taken a recovery action since we've been playing, so we'll talk about recovery.
It removes the staggered condition, if I remember rightly.
Well, it does multiple things. You remove the staggered condition. You can remove the prone condition as well. If you're not prone, you can mount a steed. That doesn't really matter. You can remove 1 die from your miscast pool, which doesn't really matter. And you can grab or interact with a dropped weapon, healing potion, or other object, even if an enemy is within close range. So let's say that Boris wants to pick up his axe. He has to take the recovered action. Okay, so that's the shard dragon. You all see Neville get thrown against the ballista, groan loudly,
and then he shuffles behind a large crate and goes, "Oh!"
Erwin's pulled back. The 2 dwarves are still alive next to Neville. Boris's axe is on the ground. His shoulder is mauled. Snake, you are once again unarmed. What do you guys do? You've got 5 dice again, top of the round.
Can I run in, scoop up Boris's axe and hand it to him so Boris doesn't have to take the recover action?
You can.
The help is instead.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, crap.
Or dexterity, either one. I think either one would be reasonable.
Athletics isn't too awful, I guess.
Well, he's doing that. I'm going to go all in and I'm going to do a leaping kick into the creature, hopefully to try and make it a charge.
So you're gonna you're jumping. So you're committing everything to
flying
this.
kick. Yeah.
All right.
Athletics. Yeah.
I'll give you the charge.
I got 3 successes.
Oh wow, 3 1s there. Look at that.
Nice.
I mean, I needed 3, so I'm not too bad at it.
So here's what we're going to say. We're going to say you run up. You're able to hand Boris back his axe, but you do it so well that he gets 2 bonus dice. So you basically gave the aid action to it. But you're standing right next to the Shard Dragon. You're standing right next to Boris.
I'm still holding my shield. I'm not.
Okay.
You did it in a cool way. You just put your foot under the haft of it and flipped it up.
You slid up and you threw it right into Boris's hand as he was coming to swing back around.
As basically as the hand was swinging ready to hit with an axe, the axe just appears in the hand. And we'll wait for Snake to.
Boris, as that axe slaps into Boris's hand, you see Snake flying over your head in a flying kick. I will give you the charge, Boris, Snake, because if you miss, you're going in the water.
That's cool.
So maybe take a couple of the dice from the pool.
Yeah, take 2 of the dice from the pool. I can
take 2 of the dice.
I'm drained though, aren't I? So does that mean I can't take the dice?
That is true. Yeah.
So the charge gives me an extra dice, is it?
That is correct. But
right. Okay.
Technically, you probably couldn't even take that because of the drain condition. No, but
that's a good point.
I'm going to let you have it because it just sounds too cool. And everybody at home, when you make the comment on this, I know it's not against it's against the rules, but this is the rule of fun, and I'm pulling the rule of fun here. So, anytime anybody does a flying sidekick on a barge at a dragon and expects to live through it, they get an extra die. I mean, that's a given.
3 successes.
Nice. See what the dragon that gets only 1 success. So you land a solid kick against the side of the dragon's head.
Okay, so he got 1, so I'm in two up, as it were. So that's 6 damage again.
So you stagger it again as you slide down its scales right next to it. Give me an endurance check.
Oh.
This is my speciality, endurance check.
I think Owen needs to get blood spine out.
How many wounds does Snake have at the moment?
I don't think I actually got any wounds. I've just
No, didn't you take 2 from the endurance check earlier?
Were they actually wounds or?
Yeah, those were actual wounds.
They were actual wounds, right? Well, in that case, I have
got
2 wounds already. Yeah,
so you have 4 wounds. All right, that's rough. That's rough. Okay, so roll 4d10.
Oh dear! New character time.
It might be new character time. This is going to be a rough one.
2 weeks in a row.
17. Oh my God! Shattered knee. So this makes sense. So you come this flying sidekick into it, and you hit it so hard that it fractures your knee as blood and cartilage are torn in your leg in a crimson flurry. And you fall back. You actually fall away from it. You hit so hard that you rebound as its coils push one way. You fall back away from it. Your knee shattered. You're prone and critically injured on the deck away from it. Until the wound is healed, you suffer the burdened condition. So you're hobbled at the moment and away from it, but your knee is shattered. You have 4 wounds. So that's a rest and recovery. So not a surgery, but a rest and recovery.
You take the fucked condition.
You're in a bit of a rough way. So shattered knee.
And you're burdened until it's healed.
And you are burdened until it's healed. But yeah, you were burdened. Your guys are heavily burdened. All right. So Boris, you see Snake fly over your head. You hear the sound of his knee shatter like broken glass. You see his face contort at first in a moment of abject pleasure as his foot slams into the snout of this dragon. And that dragon's head gets pushed away for a second. And then the sound of his bones shattering. And then You see vomit come out of his mouth as the pain hits. And then he rebounds away, falls onto his shoulders, rolls across the deck, and lands in a pool of some of his own blood, some of the dragon's blood, and then he slightly pees himself. But he's still conscious.
So at this point in time, essentially 2 of our party are out of the fight for all intents and purposes.
But the
I'm providing moral support from the sidelines, so I'm still in it.
Shard Dragon is staggered at the moment.
Well,
break its legs.
I mean, like the axe came up. I mean, it's rude to not continue the coolness. So literally, like, Erwin probably shouted something. Boris didn't hear what he said, but he knew what he meant.
Something along the lines of "hit it."
He brought his hand behind.
Hold on. Oh, Boris, before you do anything, hold on. Do you have any fate points left?
I did have some fate points left.
Because you can also use the recover action to remove a condition. So you could use the recover action to remove the drained condition, then use a fate point to take a second action and use bonus dice.
That's as tempting as that is.
Just saying.
I'm just saving it in case the next bite kills me.
Okay. Just saying. You guys have already hurt this guy thing.
No risk, no reward. Use it now to attack. Kill it.
Can we use the bonus dice on
wounds
defense?
to it? No, it can't have many more, surely.
Kill it.
Save my last fate dice just in case. The axe comes around because I still get my 2 from the aid, or do I not get my 2 from the aid because I'm drained? My drain was only for this turn, so I'm going to hit it the old-fashioned way.
All right, I love it.
Bring the axe round.
Is it still frosty?
I like it. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. It's for 3 successes.
I didn't know whether you had to keep holding
0 successes.
No, you don't. It's frosty until the end.
At least I enabled him to hit it with the axe.
In which case, that's 3, 6, 10, 11, 12 damage with the frosty axe.
So you tear through its scales again and into its flesh, and again the cold begins to burn away its skin. You see the frostbite aching through it. You see it begin to shrivel away, and it's wounded again, and it screams and again vomits up a little bit of dwarf guts as it looks down at you balefully, and then shakes, and its coils loosen. And its head slams to the deck, dead. As the juvenile shard dragon is killed.
Fuck is that?
In the background, you can hear Neville whimpering.
I'm just clapping.
Snake crying a little bit. The dwarf captain is like, "Oh, well done." Well, and he's got the rune scribe is running over, and the pilot's running over, kind of dressing people's wounds to sort of stabilize people and help them out. The barge slowly makes its way towards the lock and the pump house with the shard dragon's corpse on the barge. They're taking that.
I was going to say, keep the thing.
Can I cut one of the scales off to add to my little rat catcher belt?
Fangs, whatever you want. This is yours. This is your.
I'm making a special request of the rune scribe. At some point, I want armor made of those scales.
Yes.
That sounds really good because I can't wear metal, so that would be really helpful.
Because they go, "What? Once we get to Talagaad, just contact Tordy, and she should be able to take custody of the carcass. It's yours. You 4 of you own it. I'm sure she can make it do with whatever you wish of it."
Tordy said she wanted to craft me something with brilliance. I can think of no finer prize.
So we'll fast forward a little bit. You guys get your night's respite at the you go through, they find that the pump station is still working. They find that they're able to lower the lock gate mechanism. They fill the lock up, and you were able to get to the surface. And you spend another about half day going through the surface cutouts. You're still in the cavern system, but you can see these amazing dwarf-like false walls that hide this hidden surface tributary. And then eventually you go out through this false curtain and you're out on the river Talagaad. And it's early evening, but you know you're at least a day and a half, if not 2 days ahead of the caravan. And you are just probably maybe 4 hours east of Talabheim. So you're close to Talabheim. But out of the mists, another boat is coming towards you. A larger boat. Looks like a retrofitted patrol boat. Erwin, Neville.
Could I have reloaded my crossbow in this time?
Yeah. You guys have had plenty of time. You're rested, like I said. You've
Just
had
checking.
the equivalent of a night's respite.
Okay.
You're effectively, your wounds have been treated, so you're okay at this point. Give me awareness checks. All of you get +1 die if you've got Talagaad lore.
Yeah.
All 4 of you. All
lore.
Talagaad. It's got to be Talagaad lore.
Yeah.
All of you.
I've got
Not
Talagaad.
Taliban.
Talagaad or underworld criminal lore. Any of you can roll.
What were we rolling? Sorry.
Awareness.
Awareness or recall.
Awareness.
They're both the same for me, so 1 success.
3 successes.
Neville, you in particular recognize the boat that's coming at you.
I got 2 successes.
And Erwin, you do too. From recent negotiations, this is the boat of Grugan Dokrilson, the dwarf smuggler. You don't see him. You only see human crew on the boat. And they're on an intercept course. And they've got their ram out. And you see humans out there with crossbows. And they're approaching. And it looks like they're approaching to do some nefarious shit.
Fire the cannon?
Yeah.
Well, except
warning
you
shot.
know, I mean, this
Fire
is
a warning shot.
This patrol boat's much more heavily armed and armored than your barge. But like I said, you recognize the boat. You know who owns the boat.
Okay, I will stand at the front and call out.
I will
Grugan
shout out to the captain.
Dokrilson. Grugan. Whoa there, whoa. Hail. Greetings on the river.
There's a pause, and then you hear a grumbling voice. Neville? Is that you on that boat?
Indeed, at your service, sir. We have just made our way through some underground river channels. Sorry if we surprised you. I understand why you might mistake us for some ne'er-do-wells here on the river, but we are just making our way through.
Neville, you're terrible at this stuff. Listen, I've been hired to take this boat out. It's not meant to get back to Talabheim or Talagaad. So, here's what I can do. I can put you off there on the shore. You and, well, the whole crew. I don't want to hurt anybody, but, yeah, this boat's not going anywhere.
Before...
Come closer. I cannot hear you.
Who would strike such a contract with you?
Well, you know, it's not right to be talking out of turn. Let's just say I've been paid well to make sure the boat doesn't get wherever it's come from. Don't really know where you're coming from, though. I mean,
Owen, could you
where are you out of? Are you out of Cussle? Did you come out of Cussle? What's going on?
Is there any way we could offer you
coin
something?
Could change your mind? I will shout out.
Well, you know, who's that with you, Neville? I recognize that voice.
Is that it's Erwin?
Erwin.
I've forgotten his
Feuerback.
Like
Warriorback.
the Feuerbacks.
Feuerback.
Lord Feuerback, what are you doing on that barge?
I have business with this barge.
Erwin, give me a glorious recall check.
Ooh.
God. What does glorious just means I can re-roll?
Reroll failures. Reroll failures.
Believe.
Dude, your recall's not.
What's my recall? Oh, I got
Oh,
one.
look at that.
All right. So
My
Erwin,
recall is shocking.
but you do recall, as you think about it, you know that one, you met him through your contact, the High Elf ambassador, originally, Eskelisareth, she was the one who sent you there because he was the one who had the potential lead on the Dark Elves, the Druki pirates. And also, you recall that actually your family does a lot of business with him. And Neville, while Erwin's thinking about that, I would like you to also give me a glorious recall check.
Sure. Well, that's 2 so far. Let me see if I can re-roll that last one and get no. So 2 successes.
You remember in many drinking sessions with Lefty that Lefty would often tell you that that Grugan had been basically banished from the Gritlock clan. He's considered a criminal and a ne'er-do-well, and most of the Gritlocks think he should have taken the Slayer's Oath, and that he is always looking for a way to find an honorable way to build his reputation back up within the Dowie community. So I'm going to leave you two with those pieces of information, and you may continue your conversation with him. So where are you all coming from? I was hired to take this barge out to make sure it does not reach Talabheim or Talagaad.
Surely you do not wish to counter your dealings with the Feuerbachs.
I didn't realize the Feuerbachs. This is a Feuerbach barge. I mean, to be honest, it looks like a dwarf barge. I know a dwarf.
Good eyes on you there, but maybe we should. Could we perhaps parley slightly more privately than roaring at each other across the water?
Is this the same chap whose boat we got on to take out the Dark Elves?
Yeah, he's the same guy.
Yeah.
Duh. I know you. You pirate help us kill the Dark Elves.
Ah, yes, the Gislavite. Yeah. All right, listen. I'll come aboard your barge under the flag of truce for now.
Of course.
We'll get this straightened out. So he comes across on a skiff.
I'll be like, watch out for the shard dragon we just slayed.
Yeah, because the carcass is still on our boat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it is.
He looks at it. He picks up a couple of scales. He's like, not bad. Not bad.
Duh, I am glorious.
You're big. And he looks at you and he's like, all right. So what's going on here? Did you steal this dwarf barge? It's a steam barge.
No. This is why I didn't want to say in front of so many people. I'm going to step a bit closer and be like, look, my friend, you're looking for an inn. Back with your people.
I mean, it would be nice. It'd be nice.
We're helping your people.
What do you mean? I'm not close with the Gritlock clan.
We're reconnecting old passageways. We've come through
the underway.
From
if
a new
you
dwelling.
were to help us establish this route, this would be favourable for you with the Dowie.
He turns and looks over at the rune scribe and sees this rune scribe dressed as rune scribe. And he's like, so you're saying you're on official Dowie business?
Dowie and Feuerbach business.
It's a mutual venture that is beneficial to all those who become part of it. We just don't want a whole load of random folk involved. I assume he's got a shitload of mercenaries and pirates or whoever scumbags on his boat, and I don't really want them to be included, so I'm trying to whisper into him.
They're my men. They're not going to say anything. They don't care. I'll pay them regardless. Listen, Lord Feuerbach, esteemed Dowie, let's simply say I missed the barge somewhere in the mists, and I will let you continue on. Please ensure that those who should know of my considerations, and for you, to those who might need to know. And he's talking to the rune scribe at this point. I was hired to make sure this barge never got anywhere near Talagaad or Talabheim by Goals Agnerson. He wanted to make sure that no deal was struck between whomever represents the owners of this barge and anyone within Talagaad. I don't know the details. He just wanted the barge stopped and sunk.
That is Lady Dwarf's father, yes?
It's a little late for that, I'm afraid, but for your trouble, and I'm going to hand him a gold.
Well, Lord Furbach, as always, it's a pleasure to do business with your family.
For our continued cooperation, I'll say, as I hand it over.
Yeah. So, we never met. I never saw you. Enjoy your time on the river.
Shake on it.
He throws out his big heavy mitt, grabs your Rommel hook. He goes, "You're looking good these days, Neville.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me this story."
I'm gonna slap in his hand with my turn his hand slightly, slap one of the scales from the shard dragon into his hand. A remembrance of this encounter and a sign of our contract.
Aaron, how far is the surface bit, from where we've popped out to Talagaad from?
I mean, you're outside you're east of Talabheim, so you're about a day east of Talagaad.
And the barge is obviously going to Talagaad, isn't it?
Stopping at Talabheim first, and then you're going to Talagaad.
Yeah, okay. So do I know that this guy, does he generally use this stretch of water a lot?
Yeah, I mean he's a smuggler. I mean he'll use everything up and down the River Talabak, everywhere from Ravenstein up to Kussel. So,
I mean, I'm going to see if he's. I'm going to ask, are you looking for more legal work?
Oh no, God no! I would. Well, I mean, possibly if it was for my people
and for the Dowie.
Well, perhaps we should talk. That might be of interest.
Excellent. Obviously, here's not really a place to do business. Meet me in Talagaad. We'll talk.
As you wish, Lord Furbach. Look forward to the discussion. And he pulls back. He goes back across to his barge. Erwin, you can add him to your list of contacts.
What was his name? Full name, sorry?
His full name.
Bruggen Dackrelson.
Yep.
Bruggen.
Gruggen.
Oh, Gruggen.
Gruginn.
Grugrin.
N, two N's, and then Dokrilson.
It's a dwarf pirate, I guess.
He's a smuggler.
Dwarf smuggler.
He smuggles dwarves.
And anything else. But so you slowly make your way. You stop briefly in Talabheim. Erwin, you actually get off in Talabheim for a short amount of time because you've got business dealings there. You take most of the dwarf ales off in Talabheim because that's where your family's primary business interests are. Then you guys make your way down to Talagaad, and you make your way to the Clan Gritlock enclave, and you're witnessed to the rune scribes oration to the Clan Gritlock leadership. As he explains everything that happens, he gives the charter to Carrick Hagerson. He explains the changes to the Brook of Grudges, and then he also tells the tale of your heroics from Lefty's or from Hager's death to your travels through the reclaiming of the underground river, up to your encounter with the smuggler and his implications, at which point Yavinka's father is taken into custody to be tried. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. And when we come back, it's going to be in 2 weeks, because next week I've got some work shenanigans that need to be dealt with. But in 2 weeks, we're going to be going into downtime. So you'll have 2 downtime endeavors for next week instead of, because we only had the 2 sessions. But you get 2 XP for this session because you took the rapids fast. You beat the caravan back by more than a day. So you garnered some very high rep for Yavinka. And you can all add Yavinka as a contact. She's a permanent contact, and you also have permanent refuge at her.
Again, sorry, how do you spell Yavinka?
Hagar, isn't it?
Huh?
Yavinka.
Correct. And then her last name, Golschdotter, is Golhsdo.
Sorry, Golhs.
Golsdottir.
I need more space for contacts. My sheet's not big enough.
That's what happens when you're a noble and you make friends with everybody.
Hey, people like money.
They do indeed.
They do indeed. And in 2 weeks, we'll be back for some downtime. We may see who's whispering in Neville's ear.
Oh.
We might see if Snake can actually remember any more of his actual past instead of the past that is living in his head now rent-free. We might see if Boris's daughters, who are dead, continue to leave flowers wherever he stays at night. Who knows? And we'll see if Erwin's business empire continues to expand at astronomical rates. All these things and more we may find out in 2 weeks. But until then, I'm going to turn it back over to Pete, and he can tell us all about fun and interesting things going on.
Cool. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Aaron, for another awesome session. Lots of fun. What else do we have going on? I think we're actually... Warhammer Wednesdays are our shows at the moment. I am going to be trying to get together a Heroic Deeds game at some point. The Kickstarter has finished. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get there. But as Arnie says, I'll be back. So there's going to be a follow-up on that. And I do actually want to play test something else that I'm working on as well. So there's lots of other things going on. So join the Discord, check out all our links below, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for more Sins of Talagaad. Thanks very much. See you later.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.